In my opinion, everyone should be able to learn a new language, if he or she chooses to do so. However, there are some people for which learning a new language seems to be easier. Now, why is that? Let me give you my own interpretation. Imagine going to Greece for the first time. During your stay there, you had the chance to taste some amazing food, visit some beautiful places, experience some first-class hospitality, and in general you had the chance to enjoy life. Sadly, the time has come for you to go back to your home country. On your way back, you reminisce the nice time you had, and you are already thinking about your next trip to the land of the gods of Olympus. Then all of a sudden it hits you. I know what I'm going to do when I get back. I'm gonna start learning the Greek language. I don't want to be just a tourist. I want to experience the Greek culture firsthand, so I'm gonna learn the language. Now, imagine being in a classroom, being taught a language that you were never really interested in. The teacher does a bad job at explaining things, the grammatical rules make no sense, and all you can think of is when the bell is going to ring so that you can finally go home and enjoy your mama's cookie. In both cases, the person could be the same. However, there is an important difference: the motivation. Each of us has different reasons for learning a new language, and depending on the reason, the motivation varies. Some want to learn a new language because they would like to live and work in another country. Others learn a new language because they would like to travel to the country where the language is being spoken. And others learn a new language because they simply like it. There are, of course, many reasons why would anyone want to learn a new language, and together with the different reasons, there are different degrees of motivation. In general, the stronger the motivation, the better the results. Now imagine being at your garden working on your plants. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, the flowers have blossomed, and this scenery is magnificent. You are putting a lot of work and yet you enjoy it. Your body might be getting tired, but your soul is rejuvenated. I think the same concept applies to learning languages as well. You might have to invest hours into becoming fluent, but the process offers you joy. And when you enjoy doing something, chances are you will also be good at it. So reason number 2, enjoyment. Let's say that your mother tongue is Spanish and you decide to visit Italy. You might not be able to understand a lot at first, but still, some of the words will sound familiar. If you try hard enough, you might even be able to understand a few of the sentences as well. So some languages are similar, because they have common origins, which means as long as you know one, you will probably be able to learn the other pretty fast. I have Spanish-speaking friends who, after living 6 months in Italy, are able to speak Italian like native speakers. This also applies in the other direction, of course. That is, people who speak Italian are able to learn Spanish pretty fast. Other examples are Portuguese and Spanish. So another reason why some people are able to learn languages easily is because of language similarity. Of course, one should not underestimate the experience factor. People who already speak other languages are usually able to learn new languages easier. Why? Because they have already been exposed to similar grammatical concepts from other languages. Therefore, understanding the new language will be easier because you will not have to learn everything from scratch. Experience also means that people know how to learn new things. They know what works for them and what does not. They have optimized their learning routine to such a degree that they know exactly what they are doing and how to do it. Do you know the story of the rabbit and the turtle? The one where the turtle wins against the rabbit in a race of speed? If you don't, then do yourself a favor and read it. I'm sure you will like it. The reason, however, why I mention this story is not only because I like it, but because it teaches you another important aspect of why some people are better at learning new languages than others. The turtle, as slow as it might have been, it never stopped progressing. It kept moving forward, even if it was a small step at a time, and slowly but surely it reached its destination. In my opinion, the same principle applies to learning new languages. Learning a new language is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You have to be consistent and keep on going if you would like to be successful. There might be days when you don't feel like studying or days when you might not be able to study because of a busy schedule. But the important thing is that you keep on going, you keep on studying and learning, and that you don't deviate too much from your schedule. As long as you are consistent, in the long run, you will also be successful. So reason number 5. Some people learn a new language easier because they are consistent. The next reason is closely related to consistency, but I truly believe that it is important enough to be mentioned on its own. Usually, when you start learning a language, you are really motivated and you feel really pumped. You invest a lot of time in studying and you are progressing fast. But still, you are not as fluent as you would like to be. The negative thoughts start popping up and you are thinking, maybe, just maybe, I'm not talented enough. Maybe language learning is not for me. Then your motivation starts to drop, you don't study as much as you used to, and the overall progress you are making suffers as a result of that. However, becoming fluent in a language takes time, and this is something that is clear to anyone who has learned a foreign language. All in all, results will come, but not as fast as you expect them. And as David Carradine in Kung Fu used to say, patience, young grasshopper, patience. So reason number 6, later gratification. Now imagine being at school during math class. Your teacher is explaining the solution to a difficult exercise and everyone is scratching their head trying to make sense of what is going on. And yet, for you, everything is crystal clear. You are the lord of the equations. Every step that your teacher is explaining is as clear as the sentences in your native language. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels good being good at something. Every time the class finishes and everyone is coming out tired from trying to understand all these strange Greek letters, you come out feeling refreshed. What all this means? It means you are talented in mathematics. And just like being talented in mathematics, you can also be talented in learning languages as well. So let me give you my own interpretation of talent when it comes to learning languages. First of all, we have memory. Whether we like it or not, there are people out there who have a very capable memory. This makes learning new words and remembering things much easier. Next, we have ability to comprehend. Some people understand things faster. Also a very important skill to have. Important not only for learning languages, but for other things as well. If you are able to understand fast, then new grammar concepts will become easier to comprehend. Therefore, your frustration will be lower, and in general, the whole learning experience will be more fun. And finally, we have accent understanding. I think this has more to do with having a so-called good or musical ear. Ability to understand vocal sounds from a foreign language and reproduce them with a high degree of accuracy is also an important skill to have when learning a new language, especially if these sounds are completely different compared to your mother tongue. I have to admit, this is a skill which I think I don't particularly have, but hey, you can't have everything in this life now, can you? Do you agree with my list? Do you have other reasons why you think some people are able to learn languages faster? Please write them in the comments below, and until the next video, see you around.